Long before time had a name, Indonesia, before the earth had form or color, there was only an endless ocean and a vast sky. In that emptiness lived the great god Mulajadi na Bolon, unseen and eternal, the creator of all things. From his will, 3 realms were born: Banua Ginjang, the world above; Banua Tangga, the middle realm of humans; and Banua Toru, the shadowed world below. Mulajadi na Bolon created 3 suns to rule each realm: sky, earth, and sea, forming an eternal balance. From the heavens, he sent his daughter Sibarudik, Peruger, goddess of life, to shape the earth. When she arrived, only the endless ocean lay below. She gathered dust and spread it wide, forming the first land, Tanobe. But the land was unstable, drifting on the waves. So she summoned Naga Padoha, the serpent of the deep, who coiled beneath it and held it firm. Then came trees, beasts, and finally humankind, born from sky and earth, bearing both their spirits. From them descended the Batak People, children of gods and nature, bound by balance and courage. To this day, they believe every mountain and river holds the breath of Mulajadi na Bolon. Their songs, rituals, and Ulu's patterns tell the story of creation, a reminder that all things are connected: sky above, earth below, heart in between. Deep within Borneo, where mist curls around ancient trees, the Dayak tell another beginning, a tale of balance between spirit, land, and sky. In the beginning, there was only water. From it rose Mahatala, the bird god of the upper world. Below dwelt Jata, the serpent goddess of the underworld. They were opposites, light and dark, yet bound as one. Neither could exist without the other. When Mahatala spread his wings, rain fell upon Jata's ocean. When Jata stirred, thunder rolled across his sky. Their union formed the rhythm of life itself. From their dance, the earth emerged. Forests rose, rivers formed, life bloomed. Humans were born of both sky and sea, carrying the balance of creation. That's why Dayak art shows birds and serpents entwined, symbols of unity and the eternal cycle of life. Even their houses, standing between earth and sky, honor Mahatala and Jot. Every chant and carving echoes that first creation, a promise to protect the forests and rivers where the gods first met. From Sulawesi, where the sea glimmers like glass and winds whisper of the past, comes the great epic of Galigo, not just a myth, but the sacred memory of the Bugis. Before humans walked the earth, there were 3 realms: Badinglanji, the heavens Buri Lino, the middle world, and Paratiwi, the realm below, ruled by a serpent queen. At the highest sky sat Patodo, the one who decides all fates. He looked upon the empty world below, mountains without breath, oceans without life. A divine being, Ruklong Poba, descended and saw its beauty wasted. He asked Patodo, why create such a world if no one lives in it? So Patodo sent his son Batara Guru to fill it with life. Given as his consort Wi Nilik Timo, daughter of the underworld queen, they united heaven and earth. Batara Guru descended through a bamboo shaft to Luwu, shaping mountains, rivers, and forests. From their union came the first humans, ancestors of the Bugis bridge between gods and mortals. In time, Batara Guru returned to the heavens, leaving a living world behind. The epic of Galigo, told through endless songs, became the memory of creation, a reminder that every life is born of both sky and sea. Far to the east, beyond the towering volcanoes of Flores, the Riung People tell a story of how the world began. A story that starts not with gods or thunder, but with a woman and a single flower. Her name was Tez. She existed by herself, before time had form, before the world had color. One day she sat by a coral rock, and from that rock grew a sacred tree, a tree of life, tall and radiant, its branches glowing with blossoms that shimmered like stars. While Taizase rested beneath its shade, a flower fell softly onto her body, carried by the wind. From that divine touch, she conceived a child, a son named Lena. When he grew to manhood, he took his mother as his wife, and from their union, the first humans were born. The Riung people say that in those ancient days, the earth, the sky, and the sun were once connected by a single living vine that climbed endlessly upward. Because they were so close together, the world was unbearably hot, no creature could survive. Then, one day, a dog, brave and restless, leaped up and bit through that vine. The sky drifted away, the sun moved higher, and the world finally cooled enough for life to begin. That's why, they say, dogs have always shared a sacred bond with humankind, for it was a dog's courage that gave us the world we live in today. In the misty hills of Banten, where the air is quiet and the rivers flow like silver threads, lives a people who call themselves Riung People. But most of us know them as the Batak. They live simply, without electricity, without machines, holding tightly to a wisdom older than memory itself. To the Batak, the world began with Batara Tunggul, the one supreme power, the eternal source of all creation. Batara Tunggul dwells in the Boinalur, the upper realm, a vast sky beyond all boundaries. From his essence came the earth, formed from a clear, thick substance that slowly spread outward, hardening into land, becoming the ground we stand on today. According to the Batak belief, the birthplace of the earth itself lies within their land. They call it Panzerbumi, the navel of the world, the sacred point from which all creation unfolds. At its heart lies Archidomus, a mysterious ancient site deep in the Batak forest. It is said that this is where the first ancestors descended from the heavens, the place where humankind took its very first breath. Because of this, the Batak see their homeland, not as property, but as the world's sacred center. To harm the land is to wound the earth itself. To break balance is to dishonor the Creator. So they live quietly, planting, weaving, walking barefoot on sacred soil, protecting the harmony that Batara Tunggul created long ago. In their silence lies a prayer, and in their way of life, a reminder that simplicity is not weakness, it is reverence. Long ago, when the world was still soft, and the islands floated like leaves upon the sea, the island of Java drifted endlessly, shaken by waves, never still, never anchored. The gods looked down from the heavens and grew concerned. Without balance, the island could not hold life. So, Batara Guru, the divine ruler, summoned the gods, Brahma and Vishnu, to bring stability to this restless land. Vishnu took the form of a great turtle, its shell wide enough to bear the weight of mountains. Brahma transformed into a mighty serpent, its body glowing with divine fire. Together, they lifted Mount Mahamaro, the sacred peak from the land of India, the heart of the universe, the axis of the worlds, and carried it across the vast ocean. As they reached Java, the gods placed Mahamaro gently upon its center, and the island stopped moving. The earth grew firm, and rivers began to flow from the mountain's heart, spreading life in all directions. But Mahamaro was too heavy. Its base cracked the island, pushing pieces of land outward, forming the volcanoes and ranges that still shape Java today. Semeru, Bromo, Merapi, each a fragment of that holy peak. From that moment, Java became the sacred land of balance, where the forces of fire and water, heaven and earth, meet in eternal dance. The gods then created humans to care for this land, to live in harmony with its spirit. They taught them how to plant, to pray, to build temples that mirror the mountains themselves. And so the people of Java were born, children of the sacred mountain, guardians of the balance between the seen and unseen. And so, across oceans and islands, from the sky of Sumatra to the heart of Java, these myths remind us who we are, children of earth, sky, and spirit. Every story carries the breath of our ancestors, whispering that creation never truly ends. It lives in us. If you love exploring ancient legends and hidden wisdom, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your journey through myth has just begun.